Cool, cool. I'll start recording. So, man, you've been doing awesome. I know like I said a little bit ago, I say that to you all the time. Almost every week, I'm shouting you out. Like, man, you're the one killing it. You're always getting your workouts done. You're, on top of it. And so, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what inspired you to really going after these goals, whether, losing weight, eating healthier? What was kind of the inspiration behind that, why you wanted to really do it?
I think the inspiration or the motivation behind it was, I guess I'm getting older, and I wanted to be able to move. I wanted to be able to, be agile, have some flexibility, to be around for my sons. I've got 4 of them. The youngest one is 9 and the oldest one is 16. So I still have a long time, before they, kind of leave the home. And they're very active in sports, and, they've always seen me, move around. But, since we moved, away from Tennessee, my job is more sedentary now. And I just didn't have any mobility. Just taking a whole lot of, insulin because I'm a diabetic. I've been a diabetic now for over 10 years. And I just watched my weight increase, and just my overall appeal for, myself just kind of decline. And honestly, it's like, I guess COVID has been a blessing in a sense, because it's caused me to just kind of like slow down, take account of who I am, and then develop a program of self-care. And that was when I started doing that on that 14-day challenge that you gave us, or that you gave me, just right. in the beginning. And I saw, how, like, just the lack of agility that I did have. And then, in the beginning, from the 14 days and how I felt, was what kind of perpetuated itself into allow me to do this, I think now for what's like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Can't remember what month.
Yeah.
So.
In the summer. So, yeah.
Yeah. So since that time, I've gone from weighing 247 down to 222.8, which was my last weight.
That's awesome.
Last week.
So just in a few months, you've lost, that's almost 30 pounds, right? Yeah.
Yeah, about 7 pounds, close to there.
That's awesome.
I'm almost there to that 30 mark.
Yep, you're just a few pounds away. That's awesome, and I have no doubt you're gonna get there. That honestly, I could end the call right now and just like because you're on it. That what you just said goes to show how much you've been doing it. And there's people who will do this, who will work out maybe for a few months and won't maybe see that progress, not because they didn't have the workouts, but because they didn't stick to it. And so one thing, props to you, you've stuck to it. We worked together, we've given workouts, but you've done them, you've been consistent. You've done those things. So what, like you kind of answered my next question I had, the goals that you've reached, but what, I guess obviously you've lost weight, which is awesome, but what goals have you reached throughout these past few months that you that's maybe stand out to you, that really maybe that stand out as far as goals that you've reached?
Wow. I guess the goal that I really wanted to reach, and I think it was after probably like our 2nd month, 3rd month, was to get to 220, or to be in the 220s. And that was one of the biggest goals, because I hadn't seen 220, probably for about 20 years. I think when I got married, I was right at about 200, good solid 200. And I just hadn't seen that. And so, I just wanted to get there and just see how I felt. Because I tried to, lose weight, and, I stop, crash, get hurt, just different things. But, just taking it, just losing, a pound and a half, 2 pounds every week. It hasn't been a crash course, diet or anything like that. It's just been really watching my macros, just as you had me implement that app, that MyFitnessPal app, so that I could track my caloric content and, just see where I'm at. And I think another thing that, inspired me was just, being able to change my diet and work, with my wife with this.
Right.
We're both reaching 50 and just had a bunch of ailments. Knees start hurting, and being up here in Northwest Ohio, it's cold.
Right.
So it's, joints hurt. Everything that you injured when you're young, you'll feel it. And so we were feeling it. And, we just essentially changed our whole diet and made it a lifestyle. And I think that's one of the things that keeps, me motivated, as well as the accountability that, you offer through, just a call and then checking in on me and say, hey, you know what? Don't forget to do your workout.
Right. So, I know you love it when you haven't done a workout or something like that, and I reach out and be like, hey man, don't forget to do it. I know.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I hate you today. Because sometimes, I'll do those workouts. It'll be 9:30, 10 o'clock at night after, the boys get in from wrestling and stuff like that. And I still have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And I'm like, oh.
Nope. So it's worth it. You know that. And I think another goal that for me that you've reached that stuck out to me was, taking less insulin.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. I never thought I'd be able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, that stuck out to me. I mean, I'm, medical field is kind of what I'm going for and kind of that. And so I knew you were super excited. I think you texted me and you're like,
yeah,
to the doctor, and they did, the test I normally do.
Yeah. My A1C, it was like 6.5, which is in 10 years, it has never been below 7.
Right.
So I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So those goals, those are ones that stood out to me. So, I mean, losing weight with insulin, with A1C, those things, how is those reaching those goals, and then just the continual progress of making new goals and keep hitting them? How has that made you feel?
Young. I don't know. Sometimes it can be scary because, I've been to these points before, but it's like, I just have to address those fears and, just keep going. Just one day at a time, even to the point that sometimes it's just like one meal at a time. Just like over the holidays, we revamped everything for the holidays, no stuffing, no high, fructose desserts and all that kind of stuff. We had cauliflower rice casserole, cauliflower rice, Ghanaian food from Ghana. And that's what we did, to stay focused. So the whole family ate that way.
How did they like that?
They didn't like it at first. They did not like it at first, but then, after it was all done, and like I said, being wrestling season, everybody's trying to cut weight, stay on weight. It was, appreciated.
Right. No, it's awesome. Yeah. I mean, your whole, I mean, I know your kids, they're active wrestlers, which is that wrestling in a sport in itself. We could do a whole call on that, and being a wrestling parent, man, that's dedication in itself. And I know you know that, but I've enjoyed some of the comments that some of them have said to you, like, Dad, you're looking good, man. You're competing or something, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When my son asked me if I was going to compete on that call at the time, yeah. It's like, no, not yet, son. You got a ways to go.
I know they've definitely noticed you putting in work, and just how dedicated you've been. I don't know if you realize that, but you've been an example to them, because they've seen you put in work. They've complimented you. They've been like, man, they probably don't say man, probably like dad, or just how awesome that's been. And so I know for me, when family notices, that's a little bit different, because it's sometimes maybe it's harder for me to notice my own progress, but when other people notice it, that's like an extra, like, man, okay, I'm doing something, you know?
Yeah,
So
you're right.
so how has that been, with family? I know you're really busy, but you've made time to work out. You've made time to do that. And so, do you think it's been worth it, making that time in the busy schedule?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been worth it.
Well, that's good.
It's
I
been
hope so.
it's been worth it. I can say that with a shadow of a doubt. It's been worth it. It's hard, but it's worth it. It's
Yeah,
worth it.
no, it's true. And I know, like, you you have the mindset, the heart, the character to doing what you've done. And I don't take the credit for that at all. But I am curious, what role do you think, we've played, me and G, how do you feel like we've really helped you go after this and really, make it a reality?
I think you and G, were kind of like the facilitators, and the conduit of change. I was looking to change, and I needed help. And I believe, you guys lended yourself to be that platform for me to be able to, you know, make that change, just through the small amount of encouragement that you gave, or that I received from you guys. I know I'm not one of, your clients where, you call all the time and all that kind of stuff. But, just the fact that I could, shoot a text and say, hey, you know what, I really don't want to work out today. Or, you know what, yesterday's workout, it was really painful.
Right.
And then, you'll say something, well, you're doing great, keep it up. Just, just to be able to voice that, but then keep going,
Yeah.
so I don't get stuck.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I
You
think
know,
that's a big one for me too, is just kind of the motivation. You can have a perfect plan, a perfect workout plan, but if you're not doing it with like a team, and I feel like for you, I really feel like it's been a team. Like I see you putting in work and making these goals. And it's like, oh man, I gotta keep up with Alan. He's doing awesome. I need to keep up with Alan. And so I know you've definitely been a huge encouragement for me with that, because you've been doing awesome, man. Just the goals and things that you've said, they speak for themselves. And I know I say that all the time, but it's the truth. This isn't easy. Not everyone is caring about their health. I'm really going after it like you have. But moving forward, we're going to be this is, you said, changing lifestyle, changing things that you're doing in your life, to make it, for the rest of your life, and, a family thing too. So what, I know your goal is, the 220, but what other goals, or maybe in kind of a goal that you really want to reach in the future as far as health and fitness? What are other goals that you have in the future?
Well, I guess in the long term, probably, hopefully, next, I guess 6 to 9 months, I want to be right around 180, 190, somewhere in there. Um, I would, I guess, like to continue for this to be, like a lifestyle for me and my wife. Um, and I think, it's easy to fall back into what we used to do.
Mhm.
Because you have to be so creative in developing, just different meals. And, with kids, it can be very challenging, because you got, they want to eat certain things and you want to eat it with them.
Right.
But, it winds up, kind of setting you back, or it sets me back in
Mhm.
the long run. So, I don't know. I think I would, depending on how I look at 180, I would probably like to do like maybe a fitness competition or strength competition, Probably more so strength than like, you know, physique or something like that. I don't know if I have the physique for that, but maybe the strength.
Hey man, you're already swole, so you're strong. I know when you're doing those hit workouts, it's not just little weights, man. You're cranking them out.
Sometimes, yeah, I do. It's like even like this past week, I dropped some weight because I guess from the first time I did it, I felt you know, just I don't know, just like I guess you could say residual pain. So
Right.
I cut the weight so I could do more reps. And then I don't know if you ever had this stuff called, what's that, Beat Elite? Have you ever tried that?
I haven't heard of it. What is it? What is it?
It's granulated beets with nitrous oxide in it. You know, so it's like a vasodilator. And it gives you a little bit more endurance. Is it on? Okay. Mm-hmm. What's up, Maxie? So, yeah, they're getting ready to go to practice, and the dog is sitting here trying to garnish my attention at the same time.
See, there it is. You got the kids, you got the dog, but you're still making it work, man. So
Yeah.
I won't hold you up too long. But I guess just to kind of close out, you know, what are I guess some biggest takeaways past few months? You know, obviously you've reached a lot of goals. So what are, you know, maybe words of wisdom from Alan that you could leave me with?
Well, I'll leave you with a gem that a friend gave to me. One of my frat brothers, named Brian White. You know, he's always saying that, you know, it's progress and not perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Progress and not perfection. So it's like every day that I come to my garage and work out, whether it's, you know, 15 minutes or 2 hours, and it's never been 2 hours, but, you know, it's progress and not perfection. It's just the consistency of doing it. You know, find something that you like doing and just be consistent with it. And then when you want to change, you know, or add something to the mix, you know, challenge yourself to do it. So that's all.
Awesome. Mic drop. That's what that was. That was mic drop.